What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. We're going to be talking about Thanksgiving. This is based on the fake trailer from the Grindhouse films, and Eli Roth comes in to direct this film as well. And after a Black Friday riot ends in tragedy, a mysterious Thanksgiving-inspired killer terrorizes the birthplace of the infamous holiday. Now, I was really intrigued by this movie when I first heard the concept, mostly because we don't get a lot of Thanksgiving horror films. On the other hand, I was also very skeptical about this movie, mostly because I'm not the biggest fan of Eli Roth. I appreciate some of his films, however, some of them really don't work for me, and I'm always intrigued going into an Eli Roth movie because it can go either way. And when I heard that this movie was getting really strong word of mouth, that's when I got a little bit more excited. Now, this film has a stacked cast from Patrick Dempsey to Rick Hoffman, Milo Mayhem, Gina Gershon, Addison Rae, and so on and so forth. The thing that I really came out enjoying about this movie was the kills, mostly because Eli Roth is known for his torture films. And even though he popularized the term, I'm not going to say it in case I get flagged for it, but he popularized the thing that made the Saw films very popular, and that's why I'm always skeptical going into an Eli Roth movie because I don't know what I'm going to get. I know on one hand what I'm going to probably get. I'm probably going to get some decent kills, and Thanksgiving gives you a lot of decent kills. It gets very creative, it gets very hard R with its kills, and it doesn't really hold any punches. The way that this killer goes around killing people is something that is going to be intriguing for a lot of people, and that's probably the only positive that a lot of people are going to be coming out of. So if you're somebody that does not care about story or characters and you're just going into a horror film just to see some creative kills, you're not going to be disappointed with Thanksgiving because you get absolutely a lot of that and in spades. However, this movie does feel like it is trying to tackle a lot of different things at once, and so at times it does get a little convoluted and a little bit hard to follow. The characters are not the best. They are all stereotypical horror cliche characters that you've seen in a lot of horror movies a million times before, and something that is really weak when it comes down to Eli Roth movies, and that is the dialogue for the movie is not the best. It is very cringy, it doesn't flow very well, and then there are characters interwoven here and there that sometimes add to the film, but on the other hand, are either completely forgotten or they don't really serve any purpose. And if they do, it's just minor things. But really, I came out enjoying this a little bit more than I thought I was going to, mostly because I was really entertained by the way that this killer kills people, and just seeing how Eli Roth was able to get really creative with a lot of these kills. That is something that I really enjoyed. And so this movie is not perfect. This movie is not going to be a holiday classic. This isn't going to be one that I'm going to rewatch every Thanksgiving or maybe every Halloween. But for what it is and what it was trying to do, if you're going into a horror movie not caring about characters, dialogue, and you just want to shove popcorn in your face and just seeing a lot of carnage candy, you're going to get that with Thanksgiving in spades. Everything else is basically everything that you've seen in any Eli Roth films. It is the stereotypical characters and the stereotypical dialogue. But this movie did its job right. It did everything that it needed to do, and it did it in spades. But if you're just wanting to shove popcorn in your face and have a good time, you can't go wrong with Thanksgiving. I think this is one that you might want to experience in theaters because it does get a little creative, and the way that everything unravels, I thought it served its purpose enough. I was entertained, I was thrilled. There are some great moments of tension, but those are my thoughts on Thanksgiving. Are you guys planning on checking this film out, or do you have no interest in this movie? Go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments below and let me know what is your favorite Eli Roth movie.